Hello, everybody. This is A Train, and you're listening to True Crime Undercover with two fantastic men. Use that term loosely.
Whatever.
Super-E and D-Mania. Everybody.
Hello.
Is
this mic on?
I don't even know what that means. Everybody.
Okay.
Super-E, you go first.
All right. Hello, everybody. How you doing? We're back again. We were gone a while. D-Mania, are you there?
I'm here, MAGA.
Okay. Oh, my
God. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, anyhow, we're glad to be back. You know, we've got. We found out we had loyal listeners, so we're going to keep going, aren't we, A-Train?
We are. We talked to two loyal listeners, so we're going to keep it going.
Yes.
Actually,
yes.
I was looking at the analytics, and we've got more than two listeners, guys.
Yes.
We've got more. We've got three. No, we've got more than that. Yes.
Yeah, we've got a lot more of that, but we have suckered some dumbass to be in a premium subscriber. I can't remember what his name is.
The other star of the show.
Yeah, D-Mania.
I heard he's chiseled, though.
Yeah. He's a chiseler. But anyways, what I'm going to talk about today just popped into my head. A-Train would probably know about this kind of stuff because he was in homicide for many years. But when I was a young rookie, I had got to run up by the Chili Bowl for an unknown disturbance. And when you get an unknown disturbance at Chili Bowl, which was an after-hours place, you know, it was like a restaurant where they served chili and food and stuff like that. But then after hours, it was whiskey and all kinds of shit happened. Things got out of hand.
Right.
And so I race up there, and across the street from there was no disturbance in the Chili Bowl or outside the Chili Bowl. Across the street, this young, attractive woman is just crying and sobbing. And I jump out of the car and I run over to her, and she falls into my arms. She's going, "Oh God, I'm like, I don't understand anything you're saying."
Neither did we.
Yeah. And I said, "I do not know what you're saying." And then I look over and I see this big dude slumped on the sidewalk.
Okay.
And I'm like, I go, "What has happened to this guy?" And she's like, and then she was like, and he was, and she was like, kind of hit me with her fist. And I was like, okay, was this guy hitting her? I couldn't get anything out of her. And then this dude walks over to Chili Bowl, goes, "Hey, Gonzalez, I see you here at the scene." I go, "Yeah." I said, "What in the hell is going on?" "Well, that dude right there on the ground was cheating on her, and she come into the club and caught him with another woman. And the girl right here, poor thing, she blew her stack, and she ran out, and this guy ran out after her. She pissed him off. He punched her in the face, and then I think she stabbed him with something. And I said, "Well, let's get an ambulance here to see if he's okay." And he goes, "No, he dead." And I said, "What?" He goes, "No, he dead. We checked." And so I looked at her, "What'd you stab him with?" A-Train, she holds out these scissors that you used in third grade, with the rounded edges, art box scissors.
Oh my God.
I said, she stabbed him. I said, "I remember these when I was in second and third grade. You couldn't even cut paper with them." "Well, she punched him dead in that chest. He dead." And I looked down, and I kind of slept through the medical part of the academy. So I was like, okay, what would Quincy do in this situation? So I was checking the neck. And I was thinking, well, I don't feel anything here. And then I said, okay, Quincy would also feel the wrist for some reason. And then I was like, I think he is dead. I think he is dead. And so couldn't get anything out of the woman. And then homicide, they show up, and they're like, "What's going on?" I think she killed him with these fucking art box scissors. And they look at him like, they're like, "No way." Sure enough, they found out later on, they ended up cuffing her and taking her away, that she hit him with these art box scissors dead in the chest, it barely penetrated the skin enough, but somehow it it just clipped an artery or something, just nicked it. And the dude bled out. I could not believe it. It was just, yeah, he did.
See, wait a minute. You're telling me like the little pairs of scissors with the rounded end.
Yep. She held him out. She goes, I hate him with this, through her tears. I hate him with this. He was beating and cheating on me. And I was like, holy shit. I was kind of, I didn't want to touch him. I was looking at him. How could this do it? But they did, because he did.
That does remind me of a case. I had this serial killer who was going around killing people with protractors and compasses.
Okay, now you're joking.
I am.
But isn't that odd? They gave you scissors that couldn't cut butter, protractor you could kill a horse with.
Holy moly. Okay, now, this is not a job-related story, but when my middle daughter was about 4 years old, my mother, God rest her soul, a beautiful, beautiful woman, had given my daughter a pair of those scissors, okay? And we get in the minivan, of course.
Of course.
To go on the trip, and I look back, and the back seat belt has been cut through. And I'm like, what in the hell? So, of course, I go into investigative mode because I'm trying to figure out, now, who and what did this?
Right.
So, my wife says to me, she goes, you don't think those, rounded end safety scissors that your mom gave our daughter could have done that? I said, there's no way. So I get the scissors out. They're rounded end, but they are the sharpest scissors I have ever seen in my life. So,
are you serious?
Of course, what do? I bring my...
Got the other seatbelt.
So I bring my 4-year-old daughter back into the van. I sit her in the seat in question, and I'm going to break this little girl, and I'm going to get a confession from her.
Okay.
So, of course, I pull the old, honey, can you think of an explanation how this seatbelt got cut, even innocently? Is there just an innocent reason that this could have happened? Is there anything you want to tell Daddy?
And then did you say, and by the way, I already know the answers to all these questions, so you better tell the truth.
Now, I will tell you, for about the first 5 minutes, she stonewalled and was as hard as any criminal I've ever interviewed in my life, which terrified me. So I kept at her, and I broke her. She started bawling. And she's like,
chin drop.
Yes. She's like, yes, Daddy, I cut the seatbelt with the scissors Grandma gave me.
You have to waterboard her?
Well, after about minute 4, I thought I might have to, because I'm like, God, this girl is scaring the shit out of me. So I broke her. She, in full confession, said she cut the seatbelt just because she wanted to see how sharp they were. And yep, full confession. Obviously, they were sharp enough to cut a seatbelt, and that cost me $300 to get fixed.
Oh my God!
Yep.
Did she say, "Daddy, you don't want to check on the neighbor's cat either"?
I mean, I was scared to. I thought, if she's done this to my seatbelt in this lovely Toyota Sienna minivan, which I loved,
they're great.
What else has she done? Yeah, she very well could have killed every pet in the neighborhood. I don't know, but I didn't investigate further because I had cracked my case.
Did you put it up on where you got your stat for the month?
I did. Well, then, of course, I went over to Grandma's house, and I'm like, what the hell kind of sharp-ass scissors are you giving my daughter? So I broke Grandma, too, made her cry. So it was awesome.
So did your mom cancel the Mr. Green Jeans brand of chainsaw for your daughter?
Yeah.
A-Train, now if that similar situation would have occurred with Super E, and he had found out that it was going to cost him $300 to replace it, he would immediately try and find the first person on his phone list where he could borrow $300 and not pay him back to fix that with. So
Okay, there's only one person that I haven't paid back, and his name is D Maniac, because he owes me for all the moral support I've given him over the years with his all failed attempts at women and other things.
Hey, D-Mania, you remember in the first Rocky movie where Rocky was the leg breaker for the mob? I do that on the side. So if you need me to go out to the country and take care of this for you, I will.
That would be good. Well, and I know a few episodes ago we talked about the last time Super E and I played golf, and we went to this fairly nice golf course, and apparently it costs more on Sundays to play golf. So the guy says for both Super E and I, that'll be $100, and Super E looks at me and says, "I'm not paying for that. You're gonna have to cover me."
No. My arms are kind of short and my pockets are very deep, and I just couldn't reach down and get my money. So I was like,
I don't think Super E's ever paid for lunch in his life. Even lunches where he invites you to lunch.
Yeah, you somehow end up paying.
You know what? That's disinformation, and I think Dr. Fauci says that you guys need to be canceled. But anyways, speaking about that golf trip, did we talk about how D-Mania, his friend Kenny, bought D-Mania 4 sleeves of golf balls? A-Train, he lost them all on one hole.
No, it was on the first 9 holes.
No, it was on one hole. He went through 12 balls.
No, it was on the front 9.
That makes it even better.
And I paid Kenny for those balls.
Whatever. Poor Kenny. The victim of D-Mania's moochiness. Unbelievable.
You know, I think with the theme of this show that the listeners need to take is that they need to subscribe to this show, keep listening, invite friends to listen, because we need to get Super some money.
I'm only asking for like $4 or $5 million. Is that too much?
It's not. It really isn't. It's reasonable.
You can start paying people back.
I owe you nothing, by the way. Oh, you know what this loser does, A-Train?
What's that?
Well, okay, Cheyenne, my now 17-year-old stepdaughter, I think I imparted on her many good moral characteristic traits, but one I'm most proud of. D-Mania tried to show how cool he was. Did we already talk about this? D-Mania tried to show how cool he was and how much money he had. He goes, "Oh, Cheyenne, do you need some gas money?" Because she was driving somewhere. And he hands her a $20 bill. And Cheyenne just looks at it like he handed her a turd and goes, "It takes $40 to fill my gas tank. I'll need another 20. And D-Mania just looked around like he needed a sex crimes unit because he had just been raped. And he reaches up and hands her another $20 like, what just happened? And then she just had a big smile on her face and drove off.
You know,
that was after I paid for our $800
I forgot about that.
You know, it sounds like your stepdaughter and my middle daughter need to form a crew and just go out and go on a crime spree.
Well, you see, D-Mania is acting like he was a victim of all this. I think he had his dad's credit card, and we were burning that thing up.
He didn't steal it out of his dad's wallet, did he?
No, he just gave him some chloroform and then rifled through him.
Okay, you guys, any other parting words of wisdom?
No, this has completely went off the rails, and we might lose our only premium subscriber after these 2 episodes.
That's me.
I think. I think the listeners are going to love it. They're going to love it.
I agree.
All right.
Everybody take care.
All right. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.